Digimon has been around since the mid-90s. Digimon started to gain lots of traction due to the anime and some of the inconsistent games. Even though the series has been around for so long, it is still really popular, especially in Japan. Bandai and Toei Animation has been doing a really good job to keep us fat entertained by hastening the TV series as most of the Digimon games in Western. There's mistakes that happens in life, right? And you know there's different hands involved in the creation of any series or video game, and it's not always gonna be perfect where everything will be function properly at all. So here's some secret the creators of Digimon wants to bury. Well, this is probably obvious now, but Matt and Tai are not their Japanese names. Tai's real name is Taichi Kamiya, so at least this one is very close to his original name. And on the other hand, Matt's actual name is Yamato Ichida. So the other DWDS names survived the localization just fine, but let me know in the comment section below which one do you prefer, the localized names or the Japanese names more. Personally, I prefer the Japanese names. If you played Digimon World DS and Digimon World 3 in the past, you may have noticed that in Digimon World 3, the battle team for the DG area and the fight between Dark Tyrannomon and Mashinjamon is actually the one from Digimon World 3 battle team. It is really awesome to hear again, but you know time and money tends to be in short supply within the gaming industry, so developers can be forgiven for reusing certain assets from previous installments, or it could just be for a little reference to that game. Digimon World 2 was not the easiest to grind, but overall was a decent game to play. This game was only available in Japan and North America due to not having the highest earnings, so they decided not to make a PAL version, but at least they got Digimon World 2003, which is freaking awesome because in this version they have some more post-game compared to the normal version of that game. Digimon World 1 only focused on the Ultimates level, right? Well, in this game they actually had Mega Digimon that were classified as Ultimates, such as Mashinjamon, Metal Edamon, and Urkel Scabituromon. But if you wanted them, you had to use some sort of cheat codes. And I kinda wish I knew about the Ultimates to be the highest evolution in the past, cause I played the game around the time the show was around, so not knowing Mega Form was a thing will have saved us a lot of time in grinding. As established in the previous entry, Digimon started out as a Tamagotchi style toys. There are a handful of references to the franchise's humble beginnings, with the Digivice practically modeled after the original gadgets. Another throwback comes in the form of Vmon, the partner for Digimon Adventures 02 Davis. His name is a play on the Virtual Pets, or VPet for short, which was the name given to the second line of toys released by Bandai. It's crazy to think how much the toy line affected the development of a narrative franchise we all love. Digimon World 1 English translation is pretty good, like the dialogue makes sense and it's really so bad that you want to close up your PlayStation, you know? I just wonder why they didn't translate the Japanese signs and trading cards. Maybe it was due to an oversight or lack of time. It would have been dope to be able to know what they were saying, but overall it was easy to figure out as you play. Before he was brought back to life in 02, Mild Dismon has definitely a really cool well-timed entrance as he returns to the real world. It actually happens in the 6 seconds of the 6 minutes of the 6th hour. Yes, that is a 666 reference to the children's cartoon. Mild Dismon God's design is actually pretty cool. I just wanted to mention it, because come on now, he looks freaking cool. The non-English PAL version of Digimon World is truly the Dark Souls of the franchise, as a glitch makes it unbeatable. Argor Fortress is an area in the late game which players must access to finish the story. Unfortunately, this edition does not allow players to do so, making the RPG unbeatable. Impmon is one of the biggest characters of the season, going through a substantial amount of development. He was originally introduced as a minor annoyance to the DWDS. This devilish Digimon acts as the primary instigators for the second half of the season. His heavy involvement is not all that surprising, as the writers temporarily consider using Impmon as the main protagonist, while that responsibly ends up spreading to the human characters, and this is probably why Tamers is so good due to all the developments happens. Whenever the Digimon names pops out on any media platform, Akiyoshi Mongo is likely to come attached to it. He's credited as the creator of the beloved franchise, but barely anything is known about him. Who is Akiyoshi Mongo, you may ask? Nobody. Akiyoshi Mongo does not actually exist, with Bandai using the name to claim copyright without needing to divide it between the original contributors of the IP. Digimon is not like Dragon Ball where original and obvious source exist. The games, toys, and anime span into existence around the same time. Digimon is a team effort and not the child of one individual. There are rumors that Akiyoshi Mongo is a pseudonym consisting of different people involved in the creation of the franchise. My Sister's Keeper is an episode from Digimon Adventure featuring two massive digital monsters who destroy parts of a city. The English version originally aired without any huge edits, beside a cutscene showing Tai being slapped by his mother. But certain scenes were removed after the events of 9/11. Any reruns of the English dub do not contain clips of Dramon or his great counterpart, Giga Dramon, destroying the city to try and lure out the DWDS. Due to this omission, the climax of this episode is rather barren and uninteresting, but Digimon was hardly the only series impacted by the tragic incident. A shooter is designed to get customer pumped and ready to drop that money on those products, you feel me? So Digimon All-Star Rumble tried to accomplish this by incorporating a few snippets of the in-game characters players could control, right? During the original trailer, Agumon from Digimon Data Squad is temporarily showed, despite not actually appearing in the fighting game. Yes, normal Agumon capable of evolving to War Greymon, but the one advertised that goddamn thing was actually the one that goes into Geo Greymon, Rise Greymon, and Shine Greymon. So it was really sad that this wasn't a thing, because imagine having this freaking full evolution. That would have been so sick to have, but no. That's why the game sucks. Okay, I'm mad now. So Digimon Adventure 02 production started prior to the conclusion of its procedure. As the writers were not quite sure of how the series will end, they bounced around with a few different ideas. One rumored concept of having Matt into an antagonist. The second season introduced human violence, with the Dark Emperor being a fan favorite. If Matt was pushed into this role, his arc probably will have followed the same tragedy as Kane. Tai's younger sister plays an Emperor role during the season 1 and joins the team for the follow-up series. Gary is undoubtedly a Digidistant, but what she always intended to be? Probably not, as originally Digimon Adventure used her as a supporting character. Leomon goes as first to mention a legend of 7 children saving the digital world, which is proven to be false. Once Gary is introduced as the 8th Digidistant was once the anime really took off, so the creators decided to expand the original concept, and Gary earned herself a promotion to that group. Whether it was destiny or not, she ended up being one of the standout characters of the franchise. The Dark Ocean is a standout moment in Season 2, with Dragamon rising from his grave with plans to track down Carrie. Sadly, nothing really came out from the Dark Ocean, which really sucks because it really seems like this was something really huge that was introduced to the Digimon franchise, and I was really hoping to see more about it, but they just pretty much forgot about it the next episode. So why doing this, you know what I mean? Like, hopefully we could have more insight of what the Dark Ocean is, like really like a big plot of, like, I don't know, like 5 episodes into it, you know what I mean? So yeah, Sora and Tai was never going to happen, and I always wanted those two to be a thing, but it was actually confirmed that those two were never going to happen because, you know, they didn't want like 2 later, I guess, together, so they decided to have Matt and Sora being together. Did you really think I was about to put a picture of those two happy together? No, because all I want to see is Tai and Sora. So it really sucks still to this day, because I really wanted to see my boy Tai with Sora, because he had a crush on her. I mean, we've seen. So we did see also in 02 how kind of like Sora told her that, you know, it was not going to happen. Still get my heart, man. But, you know, I was really surprised when we saw Sora and Matt together, married with babies. God damn it. So yeah, that's it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, that'll be so appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for more Digimon content. And let me know in the comment section below what y'all think. And maybe there's some that I should have mentioned, so let us know as well. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, yo.